Fee simple law can only complete the purchase or sale of property in accordance with the real estate contract entered into between the buyer and the seller. Therefore, it is extremely important that you understand your real estate contract before you sign it. There are many elements to a real estate contract that you must understand. However, there are 6 major components that are often adjusted which you must pay particular interest to. 1. Names. Who is buying the property and who is selling the property? Make sure your full legal names are being used, as these are the names that get registered on the land title certificate. 2. The property. This includes both the municipal address and the legal description of the property, and any unattached goods that come with the property, which may include things like a stove, fridge, microwave, dishwasher, or washer and dryer. And all attached goods, except for items that may not be included with the sale of the property. This may include things like a chandelier, fancy drapes, or a hot tub. 3. Purchase price and completion day. This identifies the price the parties have agreed to buy and sell the property for. And the completion day is the date that the transaction will be completed. This means the seller will vacate the property on this date, and the land title certificate will be transferred into the buyer's name so they can take ownership of the property. It is important to make sure this date is not on a weekend or holiday, as we can only close transactions on business days. 4. Deposits. This identifies the amount of money the buyer will deposit at the time of making the offer. This amount will form part of the purchase price if the buyer completes the purchase. Or, this amount may go to the seller if the buyer fails to perform on the contract after waiving all conditions. Therefore, it is important to understand how the deposit section of your contract works and what conditions your contract is subject to. 5. Conditions. There can be a number of conditions on a contract, but typically, there are 2 conditions that are in favor of the buyer. The first is a financing condition, which enables the buyer to speak with their bank or mortgage broker to confirm that they will be able to get a mortgage in order to pay the purchase price as identified in the real estate contract. The second is a property inspection condition, which allows the buyer to inspect the property to the buyer's satisfaction. The dates selected to satisfy these conditions are important, as the buyer must complete the contract once the conditions have been satisfied. So make sure you give yourself enough time to complete a home inspection and get your mortgage in order. We recommend the buyer takes at least 10 business days or more to satisfy the conditions, and we recommend there be at least 10 business days or more between the condition removal date and the completion day, in order for there to be enough time to facilitate the closing process. 6. Closing process. This identifies all the documents that fee simple law needs to legally close the transaction on the completion day. One of the most important documents we require is a real property report, also known as an RPR, which is a land survey that shows the property lines and any current improvements to the property. For example, the location of the house, garage, shed, deck, and fences. It is important that the RPR shows all current improvements and has municipal compliance. Failure to provide an RPR and municipal compliance prior to the completion day could result in the sale or purchase of the property being delayed or terminated. Please watch our separate video on RPRs. As we mentioned, these are just a few elements of a real estate contract. We strongly recommend that you review the entire real estate contract with your real estate professional or fee simple law prior to signing it, so you can be prepared to move in, move out, and move on.